Today I'll be showing you 8 of the best projects to make with your ESP32 right now. If you're struggling with ideas, this is the video for you. Bear in mind, these are projects that I've found across the internet, and I'll be sure to reference the original creator and explain exactly what each project is and the mechanics behind them. First up is a desktop companion robot. This project uses a Seed Studio ESP32 S3 and a small 0.9-inch OLED display. The companion robot stays on your desk and reacts to your activity. It has cute blinking eyes and responds to music or you typing. Instead of a blank screen, you get a little face watching you work. There are no cameras, arms, or moving parts. The ESP32 simply drives expressions on that small screen based on signals from your PC. The whole unit fits into a 3D printed case and honestly looks like a proper desk gadget instead of a breadboard attached to your monitor. Next up is a mini gaming console. This one uses an ESP32 LoRa development board. It's an unusual choice since this hardware is meant for long-range radio. The whole setup sits on a breadboard with the ESP32 module in the middle. The pins are exposed on either side for wiring. It's powered via USB and the module's built-in 3.3 volt regulator supports the lights and button input. Since it can't provide much current by itself, a couple of generic PNP transistors are used to control the LEDs and the buzzer. The controls are simple. A single push button handles all navigation, menu and gameplay. That button is connected through a 1K pull-up resistor, which keeps it reading high when not pressed. The display is the module's own built-in 0.96-inch OLED, which serves as the screen for the games. LEDs flash in different patterns to signal events like wins and losses, and the buzzer emits different tones based on what's happening on screen. And for third on our list, we have an Aviator Clock. Yeah, that's right, someone built this entire clock from scratch using an ESP32, 3 NEMA 17 stepper motors, and a piece of reclaimed oak. You can find the full build documented on Instructables. Instead of hands moving around a typical clock face, this clock uses 3 3D printed aviation style instrument gauges to show the hours, minutes and seconds. These dials are similar to the wide angle ones you'd see on aircraft or an old power station panel. And at number 4 we've got a mechanical door unlocker. Someone created this device to unlock their front door from anywhere. It uses a brushless motor, a custom driver board, and some 3D printed gears. Instead of tampering with the lock, this device mounts at the bottom of the door and pulls in the handle like a fishing rod, bringing it down just like a hand would. Wireless commands are sent directly to the driver using ESP Now, which has a range of about 150 meters. This means the device can be activated from a phone or another ESP32. For number 5, we have a custom wearable watch. It's not exactly running a full smartwatch OS, it's more like a classic digital watch, albeit one with a lot of extra features and full access to rewriting the firmware. Obviously, this involves more components underneath the hood than you might imagine. I love how much fun you can have with the storage. There's nothing complicated about loading stuff into here either. So you can put monochrome BMPs, text files, short audio clips and more in there and the watch can handle it just fine. Coming in for number 6 on the list, we have a keychain that can detect credit card skimmers. That's right, and it looks to be a nifty piece of kit. If you've ever been worried about having credit cards skimmed when you make purchases, then this is for you. As you can tell from this image, it's small enough to hang off your keyring where you'll be able to whip it out when stopping at the gas pump or ATM. Obviously there's way more going on here than I can cover, and the whole idea involves pairing the device with a phone app, but you get the idea. The ESP32 chip is performing functions most phones can't. scanning for Skimmer devices which use Bluetooth standard. The device checks these Bluetooth signals with some pre-programmed knowledge of the kinds of chipsets used in skimming devices, the HC05 and the HC06. These are modules that law enforcement discovered were being used in actual skimmers for criminals to steal card information. And our penultimate ESP32 project is a local weather station. I do find it funny how a lot of these microcontroller projects often revolve around measuring the weather in some capacity, but I guess that's what they're best at, taking measurements and transmitting that data through different means. This is a full home weather station built around an ESP32 with a bunch of 3D printed sensor housings and a home assistant dashboard to bring everything together. The whole build is documented on Instructables and it covers pretty much everything you'd want to measure: temperature, humidity, pressure, wind speed, wind direction and rainfall. Each sensor has its own custom housing. For wind direction, there's a neat little setup that means nothing electronic has to move. Hall effect sensors detect a magnet mounted on a rotating arrow-shaped flag as it passes each cardinal direction. Wind speed and rainfall work in pretty much the same way. The gauges each have a small magnet, so every rotation or tip triggers a pulse that the ESP32 can count. And once all that data is coming in, the microcontroller just sends it over Wi-Fi, and the Home Assistant can then pull everything together into a single dashboard so you can see the weather data right from your phone. And finally, last on our list is a small one, but I thought it deserved a mention. Combining a full alphanumeric keyboard with an ESP32 and an LCD screen. Obviously you can build more projects off of this, but I thought it was a neat little combination. And it's exactly what it says on the tin. Thanks for watching, and subscribe if you want a similar video to this in the future.